going. Hello, please.
Hello. Twitch. Twitch is online. YouTube. Are you online as well? Okay, there's YouTube. Hello. Let's get the laptop going here. We'll pump those numbers up. Okay. Let me take a quick peek at what my YouTube audio sounds like, or like, let's listen to Twitch here in a second. Let me take a quick peek at what my YouTube audio sounds like. That sounds good. That sounds good. Good volume. Good comms. Moxie, stop it. Okay, music back on. Okay. And of course, my neighbor's dogs start freaking the fuck out the second I start streaming. That's great. Dude, they've been outside literally all day, and it is so fucking annoying. Dude, the HOA, I didn't even complain. It wasn't me. I didn't complain. But the HOA sent out an email talking about noise. They didn't mention dogs, but they mentioned, you know, being courteous of your neighbors, and respecting their right to peace and quiet. And that the county noise hours are between 7 a.m. and 10 p.m., which neighbors routinely let their dogs out, you know, 11 p.m. Yeah, not uncommon. Not uncommon. Yeah. So yeah, that's great. That's great. Anyways, game dev. What are we doing here? Oh, I should probably change my title. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna be doing PCG. What do I call this? This is like PCG environment respawns. Also, let's say serialized respawns. Is respawns not a word? I guess not. Okay, yeah, let's update that. Does that update the YouTube one too? Let me check. Refresh. It does. Okay, cool. What is it? How does it? Which one would it save the video under, though? I wonder. Not that it matters. Does it pick the last one or the first one? Anyways, yeah, it's been a while since I've streamed. Been busy, and also I've been having to research this PCG stuff quite a bit, so not very good stream content, even if I did have time. But I'm at a reasonable point here now with it. And once I get into the graph, I'm kind of like midway through changing this. But once I get into the graph, I'll probably talk more about what I'm actually doing. Right now, this is like my... I'm gonna refactor this little weighted picker, RNG weighted picker thing, because this is horribly unperformant. Yeah. Well, I'm just doing a while loop for while I don't have enough points picked to just like generate a random point that doesn't already exist in there. And so like, if you use up all the points, it's just going to take forever to get that last point based on RNG. So pretty bad implementation wise, but I think I can probably combine these two things here. So what exactly am I doing? Okay, so yeah, I was going to pick from a pool of remaining points. Yeah. Okay. Let's... I want like an array of points. And then I want to probably do a... Yeah. Okay, I think what I'm going to do here is... I'm going to do a while. And this is going to be a copy. Is it? No, because I need the indexed. Points don't have their index stored on them, do they? Well, shit. Okay, so essentially I want to like... Got an itch. I want to... So I have like how many of which meshes I need to spawn. This is for like a static mesh spawner that I'm recreating it simply. Well, extending the existing static mesh spawner in PCG. When I have all like the counts that are randomly picked and weighted and random, now I just need to pick points for all those such that it doesn't just... It needs to randomly pick the points as well. Not just randomly picking how many should spawn, but randomly pick which points they should spawn at. So I think maybe rather than doing this, I should do this. Let's do a T set of int32. This will be the index. Well, no, I can't do that either. Hang on. Why is this such a conundrum for me? Get that points out of here. We don't want that. Because I need to update the points as well down here. Individually. Well, I guess I don't need to. I'm not actually updating the point itself, so I actually don't need a ref here. I'm just updating the metadata, which is a separate thing. So I guess I could, like, let's go back to that. Give me this. Get mutable point. I really don't care if they're mutable or not. Get points. While points while points is not empty and littering and we'll remove from this one. Indexes. This one. While these are both not empty, we will do the RNG. We have the spawn point index that we want. Or rather, it should be points, get num points. Or rather, .num. Because I'm going to be removing from that. And then I'll do this stuff here. Okay. And then I guess I need another... Wait, hang on. What was I doing then? For each entry, I pick... Yeah, because I need to make sure I'm not, like, stacking the deck too much. Essentially stacking the deck. Oh my goodness. Moxie. Yeah, so I need to make sure that I'm not putting too many of these. And too many... Can I just do it here, actually? I think actually I can. Hang on. Can I do this all at once? I think I can. And I won't even need to do that down there. It's a little more complicated though. Random pick index is I need to add the metadata entry for all of them though, I think. Or else it's gonna get weird. We'll see if I can get away. I think I need to default the metadata entry to none or whatever. Or at least add the entry. Like here. It might get weird. Things might get weird. We'll see though. And then point index to mesh index. Random pick index is... Yeah, let's call this random mesh index. And then I might not need these totals anymore. Well, no, I think I do. Yeah. Total spawn count. And then I need to remove from this points. And I'll just remove at spawn point index. Okay. And I think that way we'll make sure that the deck is not stacked, so to speak. And what I mean by that is, like, I don't want to like spawn. I'm gonna have a series of different meshes. They're gonna have different weights on them for how often they should be spawned. I don't want to spawn like all the low weighted ones up front in the point array, because then they might be in like a corner in the grid in the world rather than spread out throughout the whole hierarchical grid. I think this accomplishes that. I don't think I'm not using counter anymore. Random source, just doing the world seed there. Do I then need the world RNG here? World seed. I mean, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Same thing. Okay. We'll get counter out of here. I think we can get rid of counter now. And then let's just copy. I'm doing it now. Just copy these boys. Then I think I need to do one more thing here. While, and this is not, and I have points to spend. While I have points, and the threshold that I'm aiming for is less than, or the running total threshold is less than what I'm aiming for. Yeah. Okay. Oh god. Okay. Yeah, so what I've been working on during my brief hiatus is I'm essentially extending the static mesh spawner, the PCG static mesh spawner, to do a couple things for me. One of them is serialization. I need to serialize the points because I need to reference these points outside of the PCG graph. And when the PCG graph is not necessarily running. What is this? You realize? Uh-oh, did I think I might have, yeah. Added something I didn't need to. Because, you know, my colonists, or my entities rather, are going to be running around in memory when they're not actually rendered. There's going to be no terrain rendered. So no terrain rendered, no PCG rendered. I need to be able to reference the points, and I need to know what is spawned at those points. And so this system is going to facilitate that. And what it's also going to do is it's going to handle regrowth or respawns. I'm hoping as well. And so I put in some parameters on the node to have like a respawn curve and a min-max time, and like whether each point, you know, you can select which meshes should be respawned, right? Like you might have a collection of points. Like the example I've been using is I'm just spawning a collection of things around the trees, and these are like rocks and ferns is what I have right now. And so like obviously rocks don't regrow, right? So those ones are marked as not respawnable, but the ferns do. But at the same time, I don't want every single applicable point taken up by these ferns eventually. So I have some settings for the fern to be like, here's the max threshold that you can take up. or the max percentage of the points that you can spawn at, as well as like a wait for like when it picks a mesh to spawn, you know, both for initial spawning, which it will spawn the rocks and stuff on initial spawn, but on respawn it won't. But anything that's respawnable, it'll weighted pick it if there's enough base for it, like if its threshold is high enough. Well, there are the points right there. Serialized, so they load in first. And I've turned off the rest of the stuff just so I can see them. Okay, where's my node? Forgot what I was fixing when I did that. Here's my node. I call it the environment item spawner, because things are dictated by my data tables here. And so this is going to store like the growth stages is what I'm calling them. Right now I don't have any meshes for this, but I know, like, you know, if a tree regrows, I'm not just going to spawn in, you know, the big mesh, right? I'm going to want like a sapling version of the mesh. And so I have this static meshes array, and this object is like, it should be like an ordered list of meshes, and it'll have a growth time on it for like how long this stage lasts until transitioning to the next stage. Less than or equal to 0 means forever. And it'll also have a scale min and max for like, so I might just like steadily increase the scale. You know, as time goes on. So that's in there as well. What's most important here, and the whole reason I started this venture, was resource types, gather types, tool types in here as well. Loot's there as well. That's from an old implementation. They might have some loot on here though. But this is going to be for my colonist AI. Like they need to know where the points are that they can go chop wood, where they can go collect food, you know, where they can go mine rock. And so that's helping me there. So when I serialize these things, I'm going to be able to look up what they are, essentially. And I don't know if I'll be able to get to that tonight. Hopefully I will. Right now, still just ironing out the kinks of like the RNG on here and serialization. Serialization, I think I got working pretty well. And so like one cool thing is like I can completely detach that. It's gonna, uh-oh. Never mind, I can't. What happened here? Wait, what is this? What is this? This never happened. What? What is this? Okay, there's a condition that failed. This condition failed. My quirks are invalid, which I think that stands for cyclical redundancy check. I think what CRC stands for. Hit dependencies. Okay. Yeah, maybe I need some more work on the serialization. I think I could just skip that though. Uh-oh. That's not right. I don't think that's right. Okay, it is right. It just hadn't Well, that's how you know, like I have nothing connected that to this one. I was working on the trees here. It's picking all of the trees. That's what I was actually working on. That's what I was working on. But that's kind of like my test to make sure that it actually is serializing things. Is if it can read from disk and still spawn everything. Okay, but it's picking, let's force regen this. Do I have it set to overwrite? Might need to set it to overwrite. Hang on. Let's pause the regen and move this stuff over. Okay, and so I can click this guy and overwrite all the save data that I have. And then if I force regen, then it'll make sure it picks up all the new stuff. Okay, and I have some errors. Static mesh is not in the metadata. Okay. This might be the funkiness, the weirdness that I was talking about. Where was I? Yeah, I think I still need to go through. Let's do this, and then after this, do a for each on points, and then I should just need to, let me grab that. This is going to be fixing up the metadata, essentially, because these might be freshly created points that don't have any metadatas, and I need to add their entry. Then I guess I would also need to do this part here, just to make sure it's defaulted correctly. Okay, that might be the fix there. Okay, let's force regen that. Still error? Still errored, okay. Okay, look at some of the data here. Nothing. Okay, I have data in. Okay, so let's figure out where this is going wrong. I did set it to override, okay. We do have meshes in here, right? Yeah. Everything's one. Everything's one. Okay. Okay, let's see where this RNG's going wrong. I'm gonna put a breakpoint there. And we're gonna take a look at the spawn counts that it came up with. Okay, they all have the same weight, so that seems reasonable. And what were my settings? Initial spawn threshold set to 0.4. Okay, so how many points do I have total? 303. Okay. So 303 times 0.4. Okay, so I should be spawning 121 points-ish. Total spawn count I do see here is at 122. Okay, so it goes up by one, that's fine. 122. Okay. Oh, I need to do this part. That's why. That part still needs to happen. Guarantee you that's it. I wasn't actually setting the data after I calculated it all. Okay, cool. Let's see. Okay, there's some trees. Okay, there we go. Okay, and now they're actually different. Now they're actually different. It's not, it hasn't spawned all of the grids. It's probably old data from the breakpoint. Okay. Interesting that there's like a little sparse right there in between. The grid. Because the grid line I think is right there. Well, it's not a straight line. So I mean, I was wondering if I had some RNG issues here. Let's look at the points real quick. Okay, so seems pretty random. I don't know. There's a big gap right here. Oh, you can't see my face is in the way. Okay, there's a big gap right here. This is this column. This is the metadata that I was setting, and this is the static mesh that it picked for each point. That's an oddly big gap at the beginning there. Let's see. Let's look at our bunch of 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s. Yeah, I mean, I think that seems mostly fine. Let's look at another one of these. Is there a big gap? What's the beginning? Hi, what are you doing? I am working on PCG, respawns, and serialization. Creating my own node, this node right here. I'm extending the static mesh spawner. And right now I'm just working on the RNG, making sure that it's random, properly random. And I think it is. I think that this one that looked a little weird was just a fluke. Thing about random. Okay, I think that's good. There's only 51 points in this one. It's crazy. I think that's good. Okay. Now... Okay, so now I can stop overwrite. Well, no, I want to work on this a little bit more because I'm actually filtering out all of the points, which is something that I don't want to do now. Let me get my camera. Hello. Yeah, so now... Roxy, stop it. Stop barking. Thank you. Yeah, so before my flow was kind of like, you know, generate some points in some spatial noise, filter that down, and we can actually look at this, you know. There's the noise. And make it a little bit bigger here. 2, 3. 3 looks good. There's the noise, right? And then like filter it down. So get rid of the darkest points. To create a pattern of trees. You know, throw random noise on it. And then filter that to just pick a few spots for the trees. And then do some random rotate offsets. Make sure they're not like overlapping each other. I think. Yeah, settle it down underground. Yeah, but now actually what I want to do is this no, not that one. We want the spatial noise still. We still want these points. This attribute noise is actually happening inside the node now. So I essentially want to give the node every single possible point that a tree or something can spawn in. In this case, it's a tree. And then I give it all of the data table row handles for that, and that has all like the static mesh information. And if it should respawn, the weight for it picking it. Right now the weight's all 1 for each of these, and the relative threshold that it can take up of like the parent of the spawned points. So it's like you know, every single point can't be this one. Mr. Pupple, I love that name. It's an adorable name. Happy Halloween to you as well. and a Merry Christmas. 4th of July, right around the corner. It's too smart for me. No, you can get this. You were working on an ECS system, right? I'm sure you can get something like this. What are we doing here? Yeah, so I'm making my own PCG node here, and the procedural content generation framework in Unreal Engine. And what I'm creating it to do is like actually several things. I'm realizing now, because I originally just started doing it for serialization. Like I just wanted to save the points that I was generating, because it's going to be like a colony sim type game, and I want colonists to be simulated all over the world, not just like near the player. Have I tried the HLSL node? No, I haven't, but I am excited to. That's actually because you can run the PCG stuff on the GPU now. It's crazy. Very interested to try that when I get there. But yeah, my colonists are going to be actually simulating, but they're not actually going to be like rendered, right? There's going to be no terrain rendered underneath them, because it'll be procedural terrain. And so there's going to be no PCG spawns either. No trees, right? But I want to tell my colonists, hey, go chop trees. And when I'm not there, the trees are going to despawn. Like when the player isn't around, the trees aren't going to be there. They're going to be despawned to save performance and stuff. So I need to save the points that they're spawned at, and I need to know what is spawned there. And so that's what I'm doing right here, is I'm creating a node to serialize the points to disk, so I can read them from disk whenever, you know, I'm like, hey, go collect stone somehow, right? And then the colonist I'll create a query system where he can query the world and be like, what's around me that I can get stone from. And I'll be able to read these serialized points and do so. So that's the first part. And then I realized like this was going to play into like respawning these points. Because like after you chop down a tree or you collect some herb, you do expect them to respawn, right? I mean, I want that in my game mechanics at the very least. So that's why I have like the data tables, and then the data tables have an array of meshes with how much growth time they are. It's like growth stages, really. And I also I essentially ended up making it do the RNG that you would normally do in the graph, because when they respawn, I need to know all of the applicable points, not just like, you know, what were the old points, right? Because like I was showing how I was doing this previously, where I would I run the spatial noise and I get something that looks like that, and then I do a filter on that to where I'm like, hey, get rid of all the dark spots, the darker spots, and so that creates a pattern for the trees to grow in. But these are too many points, so put some noise on it, and I'm like, yeah, get rid of like the black ones or something, you know, all the non-whites. Which is sorry, that sounds so bad. These are just density values. They're 0, 1 scalar values. It's nothing like that. It's not what it sounds like. Yeah, and so that's what I would do. But this part right here, the attribute noise and the density filter, is actually, I'm doing that inside the node now, because I want all of these points, because a tree can grow at any one of these points is what I'm kind of saying. And then I'm just picking some random ones. But that's all happening inside my node now. So yeah, and you can see kind of I guess it didn't pick some. Oh yeah, because it's doing extra filtering. So I need to just basically get rid of this, I think, is what I need to do. Let's pause the region on the graph here. Okay, so now it's going to have every single node there, which is actually going to make this distance node a lot more expensive, which is kind of shitty. And maybe I don't need to do that. Do I have a cousin too? No, I have no cousins. It's crazy, actually. You also need to know the name of the first high school I went to and the first make and model of my car and my mother's maiden name. I actually, I never went to high school. I don't drive. I don't have a mom, so I can't answer any of that. I'm just giving you a hard time. No, I don't have cousins. Cool that your cousin is a game dev. So yeah, this distance filter, now what this is trying to do, let me look at the data on here. Show me that data. Nothing? Show me that. Hello, please? Okay, things aren't running. Oh yeah, I paused regen. No fucking shit. No shit, they aren't running. Okay, now the trees are super dense. Why does it look like it's only picking? There's all the points. Looks like it's only picking like, no, there's different trees there. Are they just all rotated the same way? It looks very samey. Yeah, and they're like right on top of each other, which is what I don't want. I don't think I need a random offset. Oh yeah, I took the offset off there, so just random rotate. It should be rotating them then. In 0 and 360. Yeah, that's a dense forest now. Now let me zoom out here. Can't even see the points. There we go. Let me actually disable that. Shouldn't there be some black ones here? What is this distance node actually doing? Oh no, those are just other meshes. This game is based off my childhood comics. Looking back at it now, it's a pretty damn dark story for like a 6-year-old or whatever age I was back then. A little bit of childhood trauma never hurt anyone. And that's a lie. It definitely hurts a lot. That's cool though. That's cool though. Yeah, so I don't actually think I'm getting the distance information in here. Output attribute distance. I want it to be density. Holy shit, what just happened? What on earth? It's just a blinding white light. Okay. Yeah, okay, never mind. I do want that to be distance. I'm doing an attribute filter on last. Ah, okay, I see now. I see what I'm doing now. I see. I wish... that density. Maximum distance. 35. There we go. Okay, that's a better way to do this. Source, shape, target size, sphere bounds. We can do... no, I think spheres might be better there. Okay, so now I think then the black ones are like ones that are like overlapping each other. I think I need to get rid of those. Yeah, because some of those are quite close together. They're literally on top of each other. How am I getting all that? How am I getting? Is it just the... I mean, they're just kind of like on top of each other, I guess. Yeah, I guess they're just kind of close together already. Okay. So once we have the distance attribute filter last operator double blah 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 blah. What is my data looking like here? What is my data looking like here? Density is one like I forget, is one white or is one black? Last greater than, we'll do greater than 0. Doesn't have last. Okay, density then. Oh boy, that's so small. Hang on, absolute. Okay, it's getting rid of the black ones, which I think is what we want here. That's just greater than 0. Okay, those must be like 0.1 then. Let's do like a greater than 0.5. Okay. Okay. Now, is this too close? That might be too close. Let's just do attribute filter for less than 1. Hang on, my dogs are freaking the fuck out. Hang. But literally nothing happened. Hey, what are you... Roxy, come here. What are you doing? Come here. What are you guys barking at? What happened, huh? You guys getting a fight? Alright. Alright, now we wanted operator less than 1. Why are we... did the opposite of what I was expecting. Inside filter, I want all the one... Okay. Oh, I wanted greater than or equal to 1. I guess is what I wanted. Okay. Let's change that to like 100. Then I can do less than like 0.9. These points are all too close. This spot's so weird to me. What's happened here? Is this part of the spatial noise? Okay, it is. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. What about like 0.75 would be equal essentially to what I was already doing. And I think whenever I'm going to respawn these trees, I will be I will be doing a bounds check. So, I mean, do I need to do the distance that much? You know, it does cut down on the points quite a bit, but it's like, it's not like I need to be perfect at it. Because I will be checking. Well, I'm not doing that right now, actually. When I check here, let's get rid of this. I don't need that anymore. What do I want to do there? Yeah, because I'm not checking I'm not doing a bounds check here. That's also because I don't know the bounds until it's spawned. I mean, I should be able to, actually I should be able to know the bounds because I have which static mesh is there. Okay. What do I want to do there? Because I will need to like check whenever I'm respawning something. I need to make sure that it doesn't like collide with anything that like the player placed. Like the player could place their own. They could like grow crops and stuff like that. Oh my god, work emails. Hang on. They could also place like buildings and stuff that I don't want to. I remember I played Pow World and like a fucking tree could just regrow straight through your house. And it was like you had to like cut it down every time it regrew. Okay, I don't, hang on, I gotta like ping one. Okay. Hopefully that doesn't pop back up again. Oh, work. Always getting in the way of fun. Okay, so I guess I could say all these are like applicable points. Yeah, I might as well just do the, because like, that's, the collision check on the respawn is going to be kind of a gnarly operation. I'm gonna need to iterate over all the other points. Make sure it didn't. Well, if I get rid of colliding point, then I won't need to do that, which will be a lot better. Yeah, let's just, yeah, we're not gonna give it the node any points that are like colliding with each other here. And then what? Move root underground. Why did I do that here? Does that matter? Do I need to do that there? Or can I do that here? I'm gonna leave it like it is for now. Okay, let's re-enable that. Okay, so all those points are given to the node now. Are we overriding? Override. Okay, respawn. Where are my trees at? The neighborhood is abark with dogs. Okay. 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 So wait a second. What happened? What happened? I thought this was good. I thought this was good. What happened? Running live coding here. I had none of these points have meshes set, so I'm trying to figure out what happened here. Let me look at my mesh to spawn counts here. Yeah, that's a lot. So wait, how many points am I dealing with now? New point data. Okay, I have 1286. 1286. 1286. Okay. And then I need to times that by 0.4 because that's my initial spawn. So 514.4, which we rounded up to total spawn count 515. Okay. So yeah, we have, okay, the mesh at 0 needs to be spawned 133 times, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so we have all those. Which I'm not actually like really doing anything with. Well, no, I need that. I need that to make sure it's under the max spawn count. Okay. Environment items, what do we got here? Relative threshold 1, weight 1. Okay. Okay, let's just continue here. Let me get an example. Here is from the database. Okay. Mesh. Do we end up with a mesh? We do. Okay. So I do get there. Spawn point index 790. Okay. $790 again. Wait, what? Okay, 1239, 42, 114. I need to look at this. Let me look at this. Are we actually building out the values here? We are. 0, 0, 1 to 1, 2 to 2. Keeping right. Values is empty. Okay, that's an issue. An issue. It shouldn't be empty. Why are you empty? Metadata entry. It does have a metadata entry. Now, I wonder if I should just iterate over all of them and make the metadata entries the same as their index. Wonder if that's being a little weird here. Oh, this is also not a reference. So that point never actually got its metadata updated. What would be, why would that be, why are you not actually Mesh is there. We have the point metadata. Static mesh attribute. Yeah, why all of a sudden is it not working when I do it this way? It was working when I did it the way that I just deleted all the code for. Nicely enough. Moxie, stop it. Oh my god, dude. What is happening outside? Their little dog is just running around, freaking out. Okay, yeah, the static mesh attribute. So I'm finding or creating on this metadata. Yeah, why isn't that working? Hang on, let me check. Let me check. Moxie, stop it. Okay, let's take a look at this guy. You also have no static meshes now. Wait, what? And you don't even have overwrite data on. How did that happen? That's not supposed to happen. I mean, the meshes are still spawned. The metadata seems to have gotten messed up at some point. Yeah, no, I changed it to overwrite data. Okay, and it's all wrong. Okay. Okay, so I just massive. Okay, I think I'm just going to iterate over all the points up front and add their metadata. Do it here. Although, do I have like the... Yeah, I got points. Points. Point data, get mutable. That's probably what I needed to do. Yeah, because these aren't actually the mutable points. Okay, so these... Yeah, get rid of that there. I should do this up front. New point data. Immutable points. Okay, now I have point FPCG point. And yeah, we'll just default, make sure it's set to none there. Okay, so I think that probably is gonna fix it. That way we don't actually need to modify the point down here. Okay, try that. Seems like more of a pain than it's worth. How's your experience? I quite like it. It is difficult to get up to speed on, that's for sure. I will say that the like I only just figured out how to this is my own node I created here, so that's been kind of a challenge. Like the C++ side of things. There's all my meshes. Jeez. But just like just staying in the graph land and learning all the nodes and stuff, it's once you figure out what the nodes are and what you need to do, it's pretty nice, honestly. I like it. I will definitely be using it moving forward. And there's a lot of cool nodes that I want to... Like, there's this pathfinding node, which I think is really freaking cool. Because like you could like literally find a path from like A to B point, and you can just create a path and like spawn some like, like a a little fence along the way or something. Some stones if you wanted to like make it a little kind of like secret path and shit. But yeah, there's a lot of like, I don't know, there's a lot of times where I'm like, I need to like do this thing. And if I was just writing code, I could do it very easily, but I don't know the nodes that I need to use to make it happen. So there are difficulties for sure. But I think the outcome is quite nice. I did my whole like procedural biomes with it as well. There's a biome plugin that I modified to do so. Okay. Yeah, now all my trees are here. Nice. Okay, let me turn on the grass. Let's just take a quick gander here. Grass is still on the old static mesh spawner, which, yeah, I don't think I'll need to spawn grass or serialized grass. Actually, I think I will. I think I will for like when you dig and stuff. Just take a look here. Can I not go full screen? Okay, my full screen hotkey doesn't work anymore. Those little ones look like they have some weird shadows on them. Is that intentional? It might be intentional. Just placeholder assets anyway. Bro, YouTube does not want to play when I'm running my game. I think hardware acceleration is turned on my Chrome. God damn, hit the goddamn tree, please. There we go. Bro. There we go. There we go. We got it. Okay, so now that got removed from like PCG, right? Yet if I were to, you know, debug this, probably still put a point there. Oh Jesus. Let's shrink those puppies down. Half size. Oh my god, it respawned it. Oh, I have it set to override, that's why. Stop overriding it. Okay, let's try that again. Grab a different one. Let me just grab a little guy here. If I can hit it. My god. This is my own axe swing animation, so that's why it's bad. There we go. Got it. Hello? Are you showing me the where are the points at? Debug points don't work. Okay. So here are the struggles with me trying to serialize these points. It didn't respawn that, which is good. You're gonna show me those points? It's not showing me anything. Does it not show at runtime, I guess? It shows me attributes at runtime. Okay. Whatever. Okay, that was just a demonstration anyway, so I don't really care. But yeah, I actually want to... I need to do some more stuff now, rather than just remove it from the component, because when this regenerates, I don't want it to regenerate that point, right? Gone. Point's gone. But now it can, like, it can respawn a tree at some point. Where'd that colonist go? Oh, he's over there. He's looking for food. There's no food spawn, sorry, mate. Well, he doesn't have the faculties to find the food, rather. There should be some mushroom spawn somewhere. The grass is probably doing a great job of hiding it right now. The grass is very tall. Okay, trees look good now, though. It looks quite samey from above. I think maybe I should, this is a pretty dense forest. I don't know, maybe I should cut down on the points a little bit, but that's kind of a ticky-tack kind of change. I don't really care that much right now. The trees are working now, though, so let's get rid of that. Trees are working, stuff around trees is working. Mushroom. Oh yeah, I did turn off the mushroom spawners. So there are my points. Oh, they were underground. That's why I couldn't see them. I guess that's why, at least. Some grass sticking through the rocks there. Wasn't I doing a difference there? I did. I should have, at least. Spatially subtracts target difference data from source data, outputting the difference between the two. Is that character using ALS? Yes. Yes, he is. The player character is the colonist guy that was running around in the background. He was using the same anims, but he was vertex animated. He was VAT animated. So he was actually an instant static mesh, even though he didn't look like it. Okay, so that difference might not be working like I'm expecting here. Okay, let's turn off the trees. You can see. Maybe I can't. Maybe the stuff around trees. Did I? Yeah, maybe I just can't debug on the reroute nodes here. Okay, so these are the points. We have the bounds set. Now I was subtracting those from. Where is it? I'm differencing those stuff around trees. Differences. And each instance can have their own vertex offsets. What do you mean when you say vertex offsets? What do you mean there? I can show you a bunch of instances if you're interested. Right now I'm just spawning one. Let's spawn like 500. And that's too many. 200? There might be a battle that breaks out here. Oh, my debug points are still spawned. Why is it so bright over there? What is happening? The attachments are a little off. But yeah, you can kind of tell when they change it, because like when I get close, they turn into actors. But it's like if they have the bar above their head, they're an actor. But if not, they're a static mesh. Their own vertex animations, like the whole instance doesn't need to be using the same. Well, they use the same set of animations, but they do not need to be playing the same animation. And you send all that information via the custom data. That's how you can send data for like an instant static mesh to a material. But like, yeah, like I have the blend space that I use for the actor characters. I sample that in C++. And I get all the weights based on their direction and speed for like the 3 different anims that could be that are being blended, and then I send those 3 weights to the GPU, and then it blends the weights, the bone weights for each of those anims with the weights that I sent it at the frame that they're at, right? And so that's how they're doing the movement. Now the abilities I built like this ability animation queue that I essentially just need to bake every single animation that they could be playing into the textures, which I've done, and Yeah, I have information in that anim queue for like what frame it's at and which animation is playing. And so I just send that information to the GPU when it switches between actor and static mesh. So that's it keeps it consistent. Now the issue that I have, one of them was like attachments. Like I needed them to be able to have different attachments, and they can. These are all like patched, right? And it's actually just like what I ended up doing was I cached every single bone transform for every single animation for every single frame in that animation. So it's like 30 megabytes of data for I have like 30 different animations. But what that means is that during any given animation, I can just look up where the attachment, where that bone is in that animation on the CPU, and then that's where I just these maces are actually on a different ISM, and I just iterate through those and set their transforms every frame. They're a little bit off, and I think that's because of some of my animations are different frame rates. It's a different problem, but then I just set their location equal to the bone that they're supposed to be attached to. So that's how those get there. The issue I'm having now, though, or not issue, but like the next thing I need to tackle is like per bone blending. Because right now I can blend, like I was saying for the locomotion, I can blend an entire animation's bones with another one's. But I can't do like that on a per bone basis. It's like an all or nothing. So like right now my ability animations, like when they do a weapon swing or something like that, like if they were to move while they're swinging the weapon, that wouldn't get blended together properly like it does when they're an actor. I need to do a per bone vertex animated blend, which is conceptually I know what I need to do for that, but it's just going to be like a massive pain to actually implement. But I essentially need to now bake, I'll probably need another texture to like bake in all the animation curve layering stuff in where do I have that in? Probably in weapon overlay. Hello, please. Where is composes by gameplay tag? Okay, so maybe not here. I guess maybe just in the yeah, the layering. Okay, so this thing, I need to bake out all the information from this thing, which is going to be fucking horrendous to do, right? Like, and it's not going to be like per bone. It's going to be like it's going to be like left arm, right arm, arm right, spine, pelvis. So it's not going to be every single bone. So maybe that's better, but yeah, I'm going to need to extract the data out of here somehow. So that's kind of, and then put it into a texture. And then read that texture from the material graph. Yeah, that's going to be a fucking pain in the ass. Kind of kicking that one down the curve a little bit. Looks good enough for now, I think. Be a really handy way of doing Survivor's clones in Unreal. Yeah, I think that's essentially what you would have to do. And the game Kingmakers, it's what they literally every single thing in the game is vertex animated, and they did it in Unreal. And what they do is like they only switch to an actor when you look at the thing. Like when your cursor is over an actor or over a VAT instance, it switches it to an actor. But it doesn't actually render the actor until you like need to do something collision wise with it. And then that's the point where it actually does it. Hello, sir. Hello. Okay. Can I generate quest? Oh, okay. Oops. Quest component. And little oopsie right there. Broke the quest generator. That's okay. Yeah, I don't think I've spawned the quest component for my entities, which I'll definitely want to think about a different way to do that. But that's the component that does like my AI generated quests, like the LLM quests. Definitely not focused on that right now. What I should be focused on is what now? Because I actually think I got the RNG working how I want it to now. So the serialization is complete. I think I need to serialize some additional information, like what data table each point belongs to, so that the colonists can look up like where the trees are when they're not actually rendered. These engines are amazing, but almost too good to the point where optimization is becoming a lost art with lots of indie developers. You think indie developers are the worst ones? I feel like the AAA developers are getting worse. But yeah, I think I have seen some Reddit threads talking about stuff like that. Hello? Oh, I need to finish fixing up the graph here. Where is that debug guy at? I think it's more so just like time crunch, you know? And also optimization is really fucking hard. Oh yeah, this is just the spatial data. So let me delete the trees. Disable the trees so I can see things. Okay, what happened there? That should not be happening. Literally a fern spawned on top of a rock. What is happening here? Get rid of the grass. I guess I need to do a distance on itself too. Yeah, because I like offset it and stuff like that. Yeah. Okay. I do a difference here. I guess I need to do a distance. Pause the region for a second. Distance. I suppose I can do it for both at the same time, right? I can do something like this, but then also put it in the target. Set density. Don't need it in an attribute. What's the maximum distance here? Do like 100. Show me that. We on overwrite? Yeah. Okay. Now these look really weird. Yeah, that did not filter out what I was hoping for. Oh yeah, the extents are tiny actually now. Okay, that's probably why. I guess I don't need the extents to be very big. AAA may be very well getting worse, and I kind of agree, but still, when you have, let's say, The Last of Us, if you had your average indie doing that today, it'd be 1 FPS. Well, yeah, that's a massive game, but like, I think indie is now more than ever more capable of making a game of that style more easier. I mean, you know, as an indie, you have to sacrifice somewhere, right? And so it's either content, performance, fidelity. Okay, I gotta disable the spawner. Get out of here. I just need them like not on top of each other. 10. So what, get rid of all the white ones? Is that what I'm seeing? What is this? Check source against respective target. Okay, that didn't seem to do much there. Why are some of these like... This is not what I'm expecting the colors to look like. Let me get rid of tree trunks here. Like there are very clearly, like these are overlapping, but I'm not seeing the color. Like this one makes sense, right? There's one overlapping. Is it because I duplicated points? This node is so weird. Like I think it literally duplicates points. Like it creates, like, so you when you change one point it changes multiple, which is not really what I wanted here. Like these 2 points. Well, I guess that's kind of the same. Okay, so density filter, what am I forget, is white 1 or is white 0? Wait, this would filter out anything below 0.5. Okay, so white is 0. White is 0. Wait, no, that's not how that's working. Oh, the filter's inverted. Okay. Okay, so 0 to 1 is everything. 0.5. Okay. So I actually want like... I guess, are the black points... The black points are just like 100 from anything? But that doesn't make sense because like... This one's completely black. And it's not touching any of the other ones. This one's gray and it's literally touching 2 other ones. I don't understand like how this is actually setting it. Just do 0.99 on the upper bound here. Get rid of all the white ones. Wait, is 1 black? Am I wrong here? Wait, 0.1. Wait, what? I got rid of the same points. How the hell does that work? Ah, keep 0 density points. Okay, I see. I don't. Why would that? I'd assume 1 was white. I think so too, but what the hell is happening here? Like, hey, keep all the points between 99 and 1, and this is the result. I guess if I said keep 0 density point, okay, so if white is 1, and I want to get rid of all the white one, I'll go from 0 to 0.99. What am I missing here? I guess is that why invert filter is a thing? Or is this duplicate? I think the duplicate node may be behind this. Okay, from 0 to 1, that should be everything. It's not. It's nothing. Okay, from 1 to 1. 1 to 1 is... I don't understand. 1 to 0. don't understand. I just don't want ones overlapping each other. That's all I want. Like that one. There's literally 2 points on top of each other. Is that what I want? And that's better. There's so many points. This is all because I just wanted them around the trees. God forbid. I just wanted this logic so I could use it when it, like, cause like right now it's a forest, it doesn't really matter. I could just spawn them in the same area, which would be a lot easier. But I wanted this logic for like future reference. I have a strong feeling that because I've had some wonkiness with the duplicate node before. I'm thinking there's some wonkiness going on there. Anyways, let's move on from that. Yeah, I mean, look at these. We've got a fern just spawning right out of a goddamn... Maybe we need a difference as well. Bofa. Well, I got rid of a lot. Those two are literally on top of each other. What? I don't even know what these mean. Okay, the difference node. I don't know what you do. I don't know what you do. Okay, there's so many. There's so many spawn now. That's so many. How many goddamn points are on here? 4,000. Okay, that's all. That's too many. I don't need that many. Yeah, this distance ain't working the way I would expect. Dude, yeah, this is some duplicate node nonsense here. That's some duplicate node nonsense. Is there another way to just like... I know there's like... there's create points or something. Copy points. Maybe that's better. Create points. Let's pause the regen before some crazy shit happens here. Create points grid. Create points sphere. Okay, but I want this like around a specific location. Oh, I do have origin there. Create points. I guess create points grid. Okay, the sphere is the only one that takes in an origin. All points outside volume. Okay, I mean I can use that. Should be able to at least. Rather, give me a little reroute node here. Try a different way of doing this. I need to like what? Get attribute or something? Get attribute list. What does this mean? Hang on, I gotta look at my attribute things. This is where how good I am at this starts to break down. So I just need like the position of each of these. Yeah, I just need some way to get attribute, because then I can just get the transform attribute, or the position attribute, or whatever. Attribute select? What does this do? Of course, there's no tooltip help here. I have no idea what that does then. It's an annoying thing where it's now a skill thing, just purely knowing where things are. Yeah, just knowing what everything does. Doesn't help that the documentation is just terrible. The most frustrating point of Unreal. Yeah. Like the number of times I have been just like writing a system or something in Unreal, and then like Dr. Elliot or someone comes in here and it's like, you know, that's built into the engine. I'm just like, God damn it. Wasted all this time. Point to attribute set. Is that what I want? Attribute select wasn't helpful. An attribute from point index. I want to do it for every point. Hang on, let me look at the copy points node. For each point from the source and target, create a copy. I don't know if that's what I would want to use. Point data to an attribute set with one entry point and the same attributes. Maybe? Oh. That's just a reroute node. Match and set attributes. Yeah, attribute select has no tooltip. That's so awesome. I love that. I guess this is why I went with the duplicate point method. I mean, get attribute list, I feel like. I like what, like partition, attribute partition. I don't know. I don't know if I want to go down this road right now. Origin's right here though. Like I should be able to get the position and plug it in there. But yeah, I'll have to like look up offline maybe how to do that. I'm pretty sure like duplicate, because I use the duplicate points somewhere up here as well. Yeah, right there. And it was really weird. Like I had to like add like 0.01 here for them to even act as separate points. And that's just like the direction to stack point duplicates. So like, yeah, I don't know. It's a little weird, let's just like, I don't know. Can we filter these down even more? No, this literally doesn't. This filter literally doesn't do anything at this point. Oh, I'm on pause regen. That's fucking why. I just did that earlier. Same mistake. I don't want 4,000 entries. That's far too much. I'm not getting any help here. Yeah, I don't. This inverted filter is. That looks better. There's still definitely some, like, that is an issue. I don't want those. That point's just literally the same point on top of each other. Like what I do is I duplicate the tree points and then I offset them in a random direction. And then I'm just trying to treat that as like around the trees, but yeah, that's gonna be as good as we get for now, I think. Turn this back on, take a look. I think it looks better than it did before. There's not like a fern growing straight out of a goddamn rock. Turn the trees back on. Now there's just ferns in the trees. Well, it's like next to it. That's probably okay. There's my mushroom. Okay, so I guess the what was I saying? The grass needs to be. Now, the grass is not going to be interactable at all, and like I was really just thinking about this for interactable. The grass sticking through there is obnoxious. I was really just thinking about using these nodes for the interactable things to track like what the player has removed from PCG and whatnot, and where the colonists can go. But I think like when you dig into the ground and you deform the ground, I think probably the grass will, like it's gonna stay floating there. So I need to get rid of the grass as well, and I need to maintain that. And then like what, regrow it? Does grass regrow? You know, I don't know. That one's gonna be fucking tough. Ooh, oh no, I just thought like, Player can deform the terrain. Oh no. Oh no. Why didn't I think of that? Why didn't I think about that before? Oh god. Okay, I'm gonna have to rerun the graph. I'm gonna have to rerun the graph to respawn things. The terrain could be different. How am I gonna fucking handle that? How am I gonna handle that? Like, that functionality has been broken for so long that I kind of forgot it existed. Yeah, I'm gonna have to rerun the graph. Isn't that gonna cause like a 100 millisecond stutter to rerun the graph? Well, it's all runtime hierarchical generated, so it runs pretty smoothly. Like I can show you in my other level, my actual game level, not my test level. It'll look interesting considering that I did change the graph for it. I'm gonna need to chunk it out. Yeah, that's what it's already, that's built into the PCG. That's what the runtime hierarchical generation is for. Our world is generating. Ignore the seams. 5.5 broke my algorithm somehow. Like this right here. Those used to be lined, they all used to be lined up perfectly. But now the mountains are suck. It used to work fine. But yeah, not only is the world like chunked out and runtime generated procedural meshes, but like the PCG, you can just like, you can check hierarchical generation on it and it'll do that for you. There's the world. You can see my distance-based blending there when I blend altitude. Okay, we're here. And we're here. It is a little laggy up front, but once it spawns everything, it'll be good. Okay. Preparing shaders. Okay, we good? Now we got a few more to prepare. Okay, now we're good. Okay. So if I were to like pop out, like, you can see it now, it's all like generated in a radius, but it's not actually rendered. But then once you get out here, like, it's not generated out here. You can see where the grid ends there. And you can see it ends like right here. So once I start getting to like the super swampy part, it'll keep spawning in front of me. At least it should in theory. I'm gonna run that direction. And like I'm at 70 FPS right now, so it shouldn't you won't really notice it dip that much. Like I said, it did a little bit there. That was the terrain chunking. Yeah, it hitches a little bit. I think that's more so the problem with my terrain, not necessarily. PCG. It's actually worse in full screen. I think I'm generating a hell of a lot. Well, so first of all, there's two biomes on top of each other right now. So it's generating twice as many like points as it needs to. So that's affecting it a little bit. My biome thing broke with 5.5 as well that I need to go back and figure out how to fix. Like these little purple flowers are indicative of that. Those only show up in the plains biome. Where's the swampies at? I should be getting to the swampies soon. Yeah, now there's just grass spawned in the water too. Yeah, I didn't do the zero. Oh yeah, I turned that off for the test level. Have I tried tracing it? Yeah, I've traced it a lot. It's just been a while since I've worked on it. Yeah, so it's also generating points in the water, which I had it not doing before. So it's generating a lot more points than it needs to. But yeah, you can see it actually, you know, there are all the newly... Uh-oh. I really think that's my terrain chunks that are causing that, not the PCG. But the PCG does cause a little bit of an impact, but usually it's not bad. Like it's been generating this whole time. But yeah, it shouldn't, and you can set like thresholds and stuff in the command line, so it shouldn't be too big of an issue. Back to the test level. Yeah, so when the player or colonists can do form the terrain too, they can mine, right? I'm gonna have them be able to but this isn't rerunning the graph. Yeah, when it in the world I was just running through, like yeah, that was running the graph for all the new chunks that it had to spawn. It didn't rerun the ones that were already created, but it ran the same graph in a different grid of the world, if that makes sense. Like the whole world's PCG wasn't generated, so it was running the graph. And you can see the there's a performance tab. Total time 0.058 seconds. What is that in milliseconds? What, 5? Less than 5? Wait, no. Am I dumb? How many milliseconds is a second? 1,000. 1,000 milliseconds is a second, right? Wait, my brain is being dumb right now. 0.058 S to MS. 0.0058. So it was 5 milliseconds. 5.8 milliseconds to run this graph. And it runs it in the background. 0.058. Wait, did I do that? 0.058. So yeah, that is... I thought there was an extra 0. 58 milliseconds, which is when ran on the background thread is pretty quick, right? And probably most of that is the serialization that I'm doing. Let's look at that. Frame time, max frame time. 20 watts. Oh, the surface sampler. Yeah, I don't know what these mean. I don't know what the wall time is. Oh, wait a second. Total real time elapsed between the first call until completion, including any wait and sleep time. Exec wall time. Total real time elapsed. They didn't used to have tooltips on these, so that's good. Total real time elapsed between execute first being called until completion. Wait, what was that? How are these any different? Yeah, my environment item spawner is up there. Ooh, 17 on this one, 32. Yeah, I'll probably need to because like it was running a lot better when I was just using the static mesh spawners, so I probably just need to do a little bit of optimizing on my own node. Still just in like the getting it to work stages now though. But yeah, I think I'm going to need to and I can probably optimize it a bit to where I only need to actually rerun the point generation when the terrain has changed. Oh, I might as well just like line this up with my terrain chunks too. Might as well just make the grid the same in that case. I mean, I could just... Actually, I think what's the easiest thing to do here? I need to just check if the terrain is still there. To respawn, like... Only respawn the point if the terrain is still there. That's the easiest check to do. That's a... Because you just do that on like a per point basis, right? And then I can convert a vector, a world space vector, to my terrain system coordinates. So I can check. What happens if someone mines under a tree and you're there? If someone mines under a tree and I'm there. I mean, the tree is probably just going to stay there for now. Not going to worry about the physics of trees. Like, if you mine under a point after it's already been spawned, like the point's just going to stay there. I'm not gonna fret over that. You can have floating trees if you want. I mean, I probably could change that, though. Just make the tree fall straight down. But I think the easiest path forward is to just, like, check if the terrain's there when I try to respawn a point. Rather than rerunning the whole graph to get a new set of points to choose from. And I don't know, if it's not, then should I just raycast down? Well, I would have to mathematically do it. I couldn't rely on collision. It would be just in-memory stuff. Okay, maybe it's not as big of a deal as I thought it was. It's good to think about though. Yeah, that's good to think about. I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be fine. Now, oh, what I was doing before I went off on that whole tangent was I was trying to figure out why grass was growing through my rocks. This is trees, right? Yeah, that's trees. Okay, so I just had it turned off, I guess. Yeah. Does that look awkward though? Is that like kind of awkward? And I did a density filter on 0.925. Okay, here we go. Oh, see, what the heck happened there? I mean, not that I care about the ferns anyway. God, it's so bright. Mainly care just about the big rocks. I think that's probably good enough. I can probably even... My God, is it bright? I think the thing that I'm wondering is if the terrain check is more performant, which I don't doubt, still going to be the least smooth, right? Ideally, you'd find a way to have it prep so you don't have to do it live, right? Be less performant in terms of pure CPU cycles, but because they're better spaced, it should be smoother. I think having it prepped at all times is just a lot of unnecessary work. When I'm spawning the points, when I'm respawning the points, I don't need to do that on, like, the only thing I need to do on the game thread is actually spawning the meshes, which only happens when the graph runs. But when I'm actually doing all that math to determine if things are spawned or not, that's all on a background thread. Like, that's not running on the game thread. I don't need to. I think having it prepped is just more computationally expensive. Like, so I can either do it whenever a deformation happens, like whenever, you know, a colonist or a character deforms the terrain, which I'm already going to have to do some math on the vertices of the terrain there. Doesn't necessarily, I mean, for the player and anyone around the player, it would need to happen on the game thread, which is how it's working now. But I suppose that wouldn't need to happen on the game thread if it's not rendered, because then it's just math, right? I can do that on a background thread. But it's like, if you're saying that I should prep it in that when the terrain gets deformed, I should, you know, recalculate all my points just to have it ready for when things respawn. I think it's wasted effort. I think it's wasted effort. Like, what is going to potentially be the bigger bottleneck? Things respawning, or colonists and players digging? And my answer, I think, would be the players and the colonists digging. Like, I think that's going to be the bigger bottleneck. Like, when things respawn, it doesn't need to be like, yeah, I'll have a timer for it, but it doesn't need to be like super accurate or anything, or super like down to the second, right? So it can take as much time as it wants to spawn. and checking, recalculating all the points for a new set of terrain, or even just a set of points for an area of deformed terrain, I think is more expensive than just checking the terrain at a point and seeing if they intersect, because that would be a constant time lookup with how I have the data. And I could even have a flag for like, has chunk changed, right? Like, do I even need to do that check? And most of the time the chunks aren't going to change, right? Most chunks won't. That's how I'm thinking of it, at least. Okay, let's turn those off. That's so bright. So weird how it chooses to do it. And show me my mushrooms. Hello, please. Mushrooms, please. Okay. There's not many, which is by design. We'll duplicate point there. Okay, so now I can kind of see where my mushy boys are at. Yeah, the grass. Do I have a scale placed on the grass? 'Cause that grass is kind of big. Set scale to 5. Okay, I guess that would be affecting. Let me see here. What do those points look like? Yeah, that is affecting the size of the points. So I guess I'm just using that as like an estimate of like how much space they take up when I do the difference. Okay, I think I also want it to not spawn around the mushrooms. If I can avoid it at least. Oh, I can't put multiple in there? I like combine or something? When's each point to share a singular bound extent? No, I just want to... Oh, I think it's gather, right? It gathers multiple datas into a single... Okay, there we go. Gotta do that. Uh-oh. Okay, we're regening. Hold on. Hold on. Mushroom. There we go. Okay. Where are you, aired? Not linked to anything? You are. There you go. Do I have it running for trees as well? So I probably shouldn't spawn grass under the trees too. Not perfect. God, it's so hard to look at. The lighting just absolutely wrecks it. But why aren't the, even though I'm putting it in there, lamp subtraction minimum, does that change anything? I don't know what this means. The binary seems to give it all more space. Oh, that's what binary means. The rest of these, this is all the same. Okay. The binary just means it's either 0 or it's 1. Okay, that makes sense. Now, why is this one so weird? And like, why wouldn't it get rid of those? It'd be nice if I could get the mesh bounds of the like spawned mesh before spawning it. And then get rid of the points. That'll uncover the... God, yeah, some of the mushrooms are just going to be really hard to... And again, this may be a duplicate node. A bit of wonkiness, too. This should uncover the mushrooms a little bit. Okay, pause. I copy the descriptor, put it in here, because this is actually like, it's a spawn by attribute version, not a weighted spawn. But then I basically do a weighted spawn inside. Okay, now I need to add grass to my environment items data table. which is kind of annoying. So one, and it's not going to be like gatherable or rootable or anything. So let's just like duplicate this a couple times. Okay. Add them in here. Environment items, grass 1. Wait, spawn, threshold. So, I think literally these are all going to be, it's going to be 1. Spawn every point. I'm going to cover everything with grass. That's 2. That's a rock. Grass 3. Okay. Keep that around just in case I mess something up. Okay. Make sure that this looks the same. Oh, I need to add a save name to it. Grass. Yeah, nothing should really change here. It should all be the same for this one. Okay, I think that's good. I think that's good. Okay, so now I want to change those ones too. The mushrooms. And the mushrooms aren't they're not spawning as much as I would have thought. I wanted them in more clusters, but they seem to only ever be in clusters of 2. Why can't I see the difference on these ones? Oh, they're just super tiny. Okay. Oh, Moxie, hi. I didn't know you was down there. Yeah, so we just don't want to spawn them on top of tree trunks or the stuff around trees, although it'd be kind of cool if I could get some mushrooms growing on rocks, wouldn't it? What do you need, little girl? Huh? Moxie's under the table pawing at my foot. Oh, did you want to lay there? Right where my feet are? I'm so sorry. Yeah, the different, I feel like the distance node works a lot better here. Although it worked okay here. 0 density points. I don't need to diff metadata, I don't think. 90, 90. Yeah, I don't think that difference actually differenced anything. Did it do it on you? 180, 180. Yeah, it's not really doing anything, is it? 155, 155. 42, 42, yeah. Ooh. And I also want to... Yeah, the attribute noise. Again, I need this to be bigger so I can see the points. They're like so tiny. They actually they're underground. Why are they underground? Why did they move underground? Is that the point? Oh, the point is tiny. Oh, because I'm using the tree points. Okay. That's why. I'm spawning them around trees, I guess. Yeah, I'm using the tree trunks. Which are... Look how small they are! They're so cute! That's why I can't see the damn points. I wonder if I should named reroute the pre-settled down tree trunks. Although I don't want to save 3 sets of fucking points. Or named reroute 3 different sets of points for essentially the same thing. But what I could really just do is just transform this back. Pause. And I just want to shift this. I think it was 85 is what I did in the other one. Just shift that up 85. Move back above. Move above ground. And if I keep that number consistent with the number that I use here. Oh wait, I just used this over there. Okay, so maybe I should just do that. Hang on. Goodbye. I should just do that. Then I won't have to project them back down, I don't think. I can skip this projection in world hit node. There we go. There's my points. There's my mushrooms. Why do you guys not have points? Hmm? I guess they move. I like random offset them. These are the tree trunks. And I guess I'm not gonna know which trees are spawned unless I use the trees. That's why I use the trees here. Okay, hang on. Go back to that. Otherwise, these are gonna spawn it under something else. Let's not actually spawn. Yeah, we're gonna go back to doing this. We're gonna get dum 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 dum. Oops, sorry. Negative 85. Or no, it should be positive 85. The bounds are a little strange. I mean, I'm kind of doing the same thing here, where it's stuff around trees. Do you need to go outside? You do? Okay, I need to take the doggo outside. I think it's actually getting close to time for me to get off. So I think I need to hop off here as well. Might as well. Hi. I know you're being so good. You need to go outside. He's so excited to go outside. Okay. Yeah, thanks everyone for stopping by and hanging out with me. It's been a while since I've streamed. I want to stream more. I just get busy. And I work on things that aren't very fun to stream. But yeah, I'm hopping off for the night. Thanks everyone, and have a good night.